awaited video. You guys might not have been waiting around for it, but I know I'm supposed to have been done this video a while ago now. So if I've been here since April, May, June, July, yeah, so this video is about 3 months overdue. Before we get all into that, what's good, y'all? I am your girl Ash. You can just see me as your favorite mom bestie. Keeping it real with you, letting you in on my very real, very normal lifestyle. So you're gonna get vlogs along with basically like lifestyle stuff or whatnot. So if you've been following me for a while, you know that I recently moved and I wanted to do a video letting y'all know how I manifested, my apartment with no job. So you see the title. That's what this video is about. But if you are new here with me, what is going on, my girl or my guy? Doesn't even matter. We welcome everyone here. If you like the video, definitely stick around, subscribe to the channel, catch the other couple of videos. See if you like it, girl. And if so, I definitely want you to stick around. But you know how I can ramble on, so I definitely want to go ahead and get into this video because y'all, one thing that I have been on, I definitely, like I said, if you've seen my other videos, I am a preacher's kid, and I'd probably say maybe it was like 2019, 2018, something like that. It's kind of like when I more started on a more spiritual journey. And so when I say spiritual, I literally mean crystals, tarot, uh, just meditation, just being like, be clear, I love God, I still go to church, I kind of like put it all into one, but I think I just mainly focus on the spiritual side more on than the religious side. So I'm not active in the church as I used to be, but it's just to say that this is not to say that, oh, I don't believe in God or anything like that or whatever, but not so. As well have been like on this journey to, just like changing, my mindset or whatever or whatnot. And with that, obviously, a big part of that, a big part of changing your mindset ends up being like the overall of realizing and understanding that you can build to you whatever it is that you want, and also realizing that your thoughts just as well as your voice has so much power or whatnot. So just a reference to things, you definitely want to watch The Secret. If this is something that you're interested in or you're on this journey, you definitely need to watch The Secret, as well as I want you to read, I think the book is by Miguel. I can't remember his name. Can't remember his last name, but the book he wrote is The Four Agreements, and that was a big place of like really where I started as far as like realizing, where I needed to start as far as like really just changing, like my whole mindset. But as I stated, I've really been like on this journey of manifesting and realizing that I can feel in speaking as well, whatever it is that I want. And manifesting this apartment came at a crucial time in my life where I was in a shift from one relationship to another. Excuse me, not in one relationship, but basically a shift from getting out of a relationship to now being in so many words, a single mom, and now basically going from two household, to a two income, if we even want to call it that. So one income, and basically where I'm the head of the household and basically now doing everything, on my own. But of course, I do have financial support, from my children's fathers or whatever or whatnot. So to get all into wrap all that up. Let's, sorry if this camera's moving. I'm gonna try not to make so much big movements or whatever, whatnot, because you can see I'm in another setting. Not I'm in another setting. I'm just sitting on my bed in my room, and when I was just trying to set up the whole camera lighting, whatever, I ended up just putting it in the bed. So, getting all into it, y'all. So as I stated, basically, um, me and my ex broke up, and basically I needed to basically find another, a place for, myself and my kids. And at the time we had broke up, I technically was a stay-at-home mom. I was not working, as we had agreed when we moved. I really got fired from my previous job. And be clear, because it was definitely was my intention to come back and to come here and look for work, with the kids technically still being enrolled in school back in Virginia. They were virtual, and then with COVID still being like a big thing, we both decided that I would just stay home. I was pregnant with Johnny, so I would stay home with the kids, and then we would just focus in on that. My contribution though was I had took out my 401k, and then as well I was waiting for COVID, basically the pandemic unemployment to, kick in, which we all know, if anybody knows, that basically took all of 6 months to a year for things to finally like go and process or whatever or whatnot. So I say all that to say that when it was time to move out, I did not have a place for us to move into. We ended up moving into a temporary space because they weren't able to extend our lease any further because of, they already had somebody set to move in. So they had what they call like a guest suite, and that's where I stayed, and I kicked out so much money. A lot of my 401k, and then the unemployment money. Okay, really, by the time the unemployment money came, my 401k money was about gone. So I end up losing a lot of that unemployment money to staying in that um, guest suite, which is basically like staying in like an extended stay or whatever or whatnot. You pay them weekly, and I want to say it was damn near 2,000, if not over $2,000, is what it ended up equating about to be, or whatever whatnot. So it's just to say that I did not have a job. I did not have income coming in outside of that, because by the time I did get the pandemic unemployment, I literally got, I think, a week, two or three, maybe three weekly payments before they basically let the United States know that, hey, they were done with the pandemic unemployment. So I had money basically like saved, but it was coming definitely down to the wire. So I basically just started the process or whatever or whatnot. Mind you, again, I did not have a job, and really where I was at the place what I was in, and I think as well this not that I think this played somewhat of a part without going into like all details. I feel like that's kind of like another video. Kind of hit on it, I think, in my breakup video, in that video, but nonetheless, what ended up happening? So yes, I just think what I got, just give like a little background. I'm trying to make it fun. When I ended up getting fired from my job because really I was checked out. It was not something that I did not want to do anymore. And while I tried to do other things to try to, at least get other, maybe get promoted or just move from a different to into a different position, and that was not happening, and I ended up getting kind of necessarily burnt out and basically careless or whatever or whatnot. And from there, while still at the same time, like I said, I was going to go back to work. I knew that I wasn't going to go back to at least a call center life. I knew that that's not what I wanted to do. I knew all in general is I did not want to go back and work for anyone else. So while at the same time of me not working, at the same time I'm like, okay, I wasn't very big on bringing in income, was I'm like, okay, this is, we have this money right here. Now what I'm going to do in this time period is I'm going to do something to build myself, build up my own entrepreneurship. So my t-shirt line, I'm trying to market that, kind of get that out there so that I can continue to get consistent sales. I started the YouTube channel, and obviously this YouTube channel is a slow game, but it's something that I as well continue to manifest, daily, as far as what I want for myself or whatever or whatnot. So, and yeah, y'all, the light probably light is gonna go like in and out. Don't pay that no mind. Like, so not, there's a window right here, and the blinds are closed. The sun is clearly coming in and out of the clouds. So, uh, getting back into it. So, I'm like, all right, let me focus on basically like myself so I don't have to go back to work. So, but either way, nothing really ended up clearly. Consistent income did not end up coming in by the time it was time for us to move out, and I had to get my own place. So it was like, okay, what am I going to do? I have no intention. I don't want to go back to work. I don't want to go back into this unhappy space. In that time, and I realized that one, as one, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed being a stay-at-home mom, and as well, I realized that manifested for myself as a little girl, or really something I kind of just spoke of like how what I wanted. I had said that I wouldn't mind being. I remember as a little girl saying that I wouldn't mind being, and this is of course a little girl like possibly old enough to realize and understand things, of course, about life. So I'm like, okay, I would love to be a stay-at-home mom, but I don't want to be a stay-at-home mom that does not work. I would be a stay-at-home mom who had her own hustle, who had like her own thing going on or whatever or whatnot, something. But I'll be able to. But I was okay with being a stay-at-home mom, and in that time period of me doing that with the kids, I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I was at the moment like, no, I can make something work. I can make this work because I have no intentions on going back to work. And that's how I was even when it was time to move someplace. In the back of my mind, yes, I was like, all right, well, should I just apply temporary? Da, da, da. But my sister was like, no, Ashley, you focus. You do not go to your backup plan. She was like, and if you start to yield towards that, the universe is basically going to yield that to you. You're going to end up back at work. Focus on what it is that you want. So, like I said, I had no income, no job or whatever, and I spent a month, a little bit over a month, in a temporary space, manifesting and asking the universe to yield to me an apartment that was within a certain income limit, spacious enough for me and my kids. I wasn't trying to, I mean, let's be honest, cost of living is crazy or whatever. So I knew while I would have loved to be a luxury living again, I knew with what I had going on, with a set budget, I knew I wouldn't be able to necessarily get luxury or whatever. But I still wanted something nice. I didn't want to sacrifice my kids having to go to a 2 bedroom and having to share a room again. So just within my budget, um, spacious, as far as like, and of course just a decent place or whatever or whatnot. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. In my mind, I knew I wanted a townhome. I knew I wanted a townhome. I didn't want to have to go to an apartment, having kids, possibly having to live upstairs, and that lifestyle. And kids run around and jump and whatever. I did not just want to go through that. Plus, I just love a townhome. So while that was what I wanted, they were all out of my budget. At the same time as well, I have a bankruptcy that's still on my credit that hasn't been on for more than 75. Has it been on for 5? Either way, everybody's qualification was it couldn't be 7 years. Some people didn't even want you to have one like at all. So what I was wanting was definitely like it was short. Nope, nope, nope. And so and I realized that like at the same time, I was really willing to go out of my budget to. I was really go out of my budget just to try to get those townhomes, and the universe was just like, nope, nope, nope. So boom, boom. Let me just focus on this, y'all. The main things that I did for one was one. Let me be clear about this. Was basically the no income part. There's obviously more than one way to skin a cat. And obviously, the apartments are going to have a lot more leniency than some of these townhome places out here where a lot of them are going through realtors. So your verification of income stuff is definitely like I was I was manifesting exactly what I wanted, but at the same time, like I realized like I was going out of my reach at the same time. Like the universe was literally like the universe literally had been showing me this place, and I was mad at myself later because I was like, if I would have said maybe actually came here for a visit, if I wouldn't have been waiting on them to give me a phone call or whatever it was that I was doing that was holding me back to getting this place, and it was below my budget at that. I think I knew what it was. It was kind of like a last resort. I think kind of was. It wasn't exactly the look that I wanted, whatever. And so I think that's why I was really pressed on seeing it before applying and moving forward or whatever or whatnot. So as far as the manifestation part, for one, like I said, my practices or whatever, whatnot, was definitely speaking what it is that I wanted, and not even just speaking it as if I already had it. How thankful, for what for it that I was, and just talking about it as if that I already had it. That's one thing that I do or whatever. Just again, this is the some of the things that I did to help to manifest this apartment. So, that was one. I have a manifestation journal that I, also just like write things down. So obviously, in the midst of me speaking it as if I already had it, I was, writing it down, kind of writing down the same things. I'm thankful for, this, my apartment or my space looks like this. Oh, it's my kids, but just those things as if I already had it, as if it's already in existence, it's already in the makings, it's already in the workings. And then as well, what people have to understand is you have to believe. If you don't believe these things, it's still kind of like faith without works is dead. Like, so yes and no. Like I say that, but it's kind of like you still have to do the work. And then as well, like you have to have the faith to know that this is yours, that you can have this. So definitely take those three things in. You definitely want to one, watch what you say, watch what you speak. I remember even my daughter was being like a little bit negative because again, I was trying to be even out of that space by a certain time period. And again, only reason why I did not make it out that space is because literally the universe has showed me and I was ignoring it. I was putting on the side burner like, okay, yeah, it's there, I'll get there. Yeah, it's there, but I'm gonna try to do other this and that. We can be so hard-headed when our answers and what we are asking for is right there in front of us. Do not ignore. Do not ignore these particular signs because, not even just because. I already just said the because. So like I said, um, Jada, that's why with that. Jada had said something, yeah, we're not going to be out of here, and I was like, I wouldn't even allow her to speak certain thoughts, certain things in her out loud to me because I didn't really need any type of that, and I didn't need any type. I didn't need anybody that was going to have negative energy. I didn't need anybody that was going to take me and putting me in a mindset that was going to basically take me off the track that I was. Because let me be clear about this. I'm still new in this journey. I'm not a pro. I do what was called. I did a reading one day, and she said to basically practice. Basically small manifestations or whatever, whatnot, and just like every day, basically manifest something small. Like, okay, I'm gonna get a call from somebody today, or I'm gonna get my, a penny on head today. I just something specific, but saw small that really so realistic. And at the same time, it showed me that how sometimes some small things, when I would just put it in the universe and just let it go, how they would end up coming to me. And in the moment, I didn't realize that I was manifesting these things, but that's exactly what was happening or whatever or whatnot. So yes, I'm saying I'm putting it in the air and I'm moving on with it, but it's at the same time I'm not harping on it. So it's just to say that once I do my little affirmations or I speak whatever my manifestations it is for the day, that's it. I'm moving on about it, and I try not to think of the opposites or the negatives or the what ifs or the whatever. So I stayed in that. Like I said, I doing my spiritual work, doing believing it, seeing it, and really like when I would see it, I would as well like feel it. I would sit in it to like feel the joy and the happiness that I would feel when I got what it was that I was manifesting. So as far as like where the income came from, really my friend just ended up having a hookup for me. She had like an offer letter or whatever from a job that they had used before, and she was like, "Hey, let me know. I can do this. We can set this up. We can do this for you. We can just obviously just change the names around, change the income around to what you need it to be, and boom." So that was basically that, y'all. That was kind of like, I know y'all. I hope, like, I hope I didn't disappoint anybody with how things, but that was basically how it happened. When it got down to the wire or whatever or whatnot, and basically, and like I said, I could have so been in this place. But what happened was it had got down to the wire, and I was at the guest suite for longer than the time than which I had was suspecting to, and that was something I was mad about because I'm like, I was going to my sister fussing like, I'm asking for this. I had asked only be here for this amount of time, only a month. You know, within a month's time by this date, I wanted to have been da da da, and while I was a little bit off, by like a week or two, it was my own fault. I had what I asked for. They had presented me with this place. I just chose to because I wanted to have what I thought I wanted to have. I to go over a budget limit when I didn't even have the freaking money. Y'all, the amount for this place ended up being, now mind you, I hadn't even talked to my children's fathers about what he was going to give me in child support. So at that time, it was kind of me again manifesting what I was going to be making from what I was basically from the YouTube channel, from my business, from my, you know, whatever, because again, I was not going back to work. I was sure that opportunities were going to come, and because this is what I was manifesting or whatnot, and that was, you know, going to be that. So me and my child's father, while yes, you know, we both knew he was going to pay me child support, but we hadn't really made a conversation about what that was going to look like or how much that was going to be. So what ended up happening is this place ended up literally being the amount in child support that Jada's father and that now Journey and Ashton's father, the amount total, basically he gave me, the young kid's dad give me this amount, Jada's dad gives me this amount, combine that together, that's my rent, y'all. That's my rent. And when I actually like sat down and got the place, whatever, and it was just like, I don't know what it was, and I think that's what it is. That's what it was. I had sat down and I just was going again, writing down like all of my bills and managing that out or whatnot. I still had money. I still had money from the unemployment when I moved there, but at the same time, a lot of that money went into getting us stuff for this apartment or whatever or whatnot. It's literally why you know, at the same time, it's you know, getting some of the stuff that we needed, not it why as well wanted. While at the same time, I'm still living here without other things, but it's okay. It's why my don't judge me because my TVs are still sitting on the floor. Every single one. All the I have one, two, three, four TVs in this house, and every single TV is sitting on the floor. But you know what? We got TV, we got internet, we got, you know, fire sticks, and so am I tripping over the fact that I might have to prop up some video, pop some pillows, lay at the end of my bed, maybe sit on my floor, whatever? Nobody's complaining. Nobody's complaining. I'm blessed still, whatever. But focusing in. So it was crazy when I sat down, I wrote out all my bills or whatever or whatnot, and it was like, boom, that's that. So all I really have to do is just cover this portion. I just need to make what I now have in the rest of my money just to cover my remaining bills, my utility and all my other personal phone bills, insurance, car, all that other kind of stuff. And I'm like, I can make that work. I can make that work. So it's just to say, for one, y'all, when things are presented to you, don't always, you know, put it off because it may not be exactly what you wanted or what you may have been asking for or something, whatever it is that could be putting you off. One thing my sister says, you never know what's lining up for other things, you know, to take place. It's so many things that I could still complain about, even this, you know, this apartment that I'm in, but it's like at the same time, it's the bigger picture. And I have to realize that if I'm so busy focusing on so much of the negatives, or not necessarily negatives, or some things that I just don't like or whatever or whatnot, then that's going to take me out of the mindset of focusing on what it is I continue to manifest, what I continue want, you know, what I want for myself. So that was basically it, guys. And then just to kind of like get into, you know, where I am now, because things, you know, are a bit rough. I'm still on the same mindset. I hope you guys can't hear the police car or ambulance. Maybe it did, but hopefully it didn't. So still okay. So technically, while I've still been in this mindset that I don't want to go back to work. I don't want to go back to work. I don't want to work in corporate America. I don't want to go back into work for anybody. It's now been to the point where, what was it? My following month's rent. I basically end up all the money that I had end up going towards, a big chunk of it at least end up going towards my rent because my young kid's dad, he's a truck driver, and I leave it there. And he had some issues with his truck, and he wasn't working for a good little time because they were trying to fix his truck. If you're a truck driver, you very well know that's having a savings and saving money is definitely a thing. Okay, so not even to get all into that. So I end up having to pay my rent, and basically a lot of my basically all that money is gone. All that money is gone, and so I had to basically come to the realization that okay, as much as I don't want to, I have to go to work. As much as I now don't want to as well, I'm no longer living the lifestyle that I used to live. I probably say that's probably one of the hardest things for me, and then as well probably for my kids, especially my oldest, because I'm definitely someone who loves money and I love spending money. Maybe that's one thing. I do love money, but I love spending it too. I probably love it more than getting it is spending it. So I definitely have to have love for money because I love to spend the money. So there was so much security in knowing that I could spend it, even though if I really didn't have it, I could spend it and just switch around some things, make some things work. Because in 2 weeks, week and a half, I'm going to have more money. And here, we don't definitely shopping for us has been very null and void. Like there's been so much I want to do with this channel and show my lifestyle and things like that and my likes and how I've shopped and my bargain and my fashion, whatever, it's like whatever. But that's just taking a major hit because of where I want to go. Because I don't want to go back to don't want to go and work for anybody else. So that's been a huge, sacrifice. We like to eat out. Every weekend we're always doing something. We're always going somewhere. So it's been tough or whatever, whatnot. So kind of taking it to the chin. And I haven't technically, gone back to work or whatever, whatnot. I am doing Uber Eats right now. And when I say that's literally just paying putting gas in my car and just paying my bills, that's what it is. I could probably put a little bit more oomph into it, but in order not to even, wear down my kids or, because they end up going with me when I end up doing it, when I end up doing Uber Eats or whatever, whatnot. So, and for them to feel like I'm not, they're still having time with me or whatever, whatnot, I minimize the amount of time that I needed to get that stuff to, I minimize a time, basically a time for me to work Uber Eats and then, basically to be able to get the income to at least to pay my bills. I do need to do it a little bit more so that I can get toiletries and just stuff like that. Like when I say y'all, I'm literally just paying my bills. I'm literally just paying my bills and thankful when I get, something, somebody's buying something from my Poshmark and somebody wants to buy food stamps from me. I probably shouldn't be saying that out loud, but I probably might cut that out. But no, I'm not gonna cut that out because I really just want to be real. And if that was to come back, then whatever. But it's just to say that y'all, it's been a minute since it's yeah. Have I ever even had? I think probably like the last time I had end up having because okay, it's not. I don't think that's really all important. But just like me for us to be all on Medicaid, for us to be, the kid, my journey has WIC, for me to be on food stamps, like for me to be now be looking into daycare assistance, wait lists, and all that type of stuff. For me to be going to social services and saying, hey, this is like that. That's where I knew it was not rock bottom, but how I realizing the transition of where I was and where I was going, and as well that this is just temporary because I was very well putting so many words on the space that I was in, and I had to stop saying that because that as well was at the same time be manifesting where I am or how I feel about where I am. Like I don't even know if I know how to put that into words or whatever right now, but yeah, y'all. So basically, I've been doing Uber Eats, and then as well, my daughter's aunt, Jada's aunt, has her own business, and she was like, "Hey, I need help. You know, I can help you. You help me. Blah 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 blah. You know." So at the same time, that for her to, you know, for us to be, you know, for things to get itself together, so that I can start working from her, at least almost on a full time basis or whatever or whatnot. So I'm managing it with what I'm managing. And at the same time, believe me, I have been having thoughts. I all of this, you know, to subscribe back to this girl's channel who puts out work at home jobs all that. I'm just like all these on the phone jobs, all these on the phone at the same time. I want to put Journey in daycare, you know, with all that's going on. You know, it's like I already like have a, it's like I want to put her in daycare. The next minute, I don't want to put her in daycare, and it's probably the first child that I've actually. And I don't know why. If it's because like I'm really into this stay-at-home mom setting, or just because I know that I'm trying to figure out like, just going through that whole daycare process just sounds like, and I'm just like, I not when I can just hold on a couple more weeks, you know, so I can work with my daughter's aunt, and then you know everything will be, you know, copacetic between doing that, and then, you know, if needing to, probably I still will, doing the Uber eating more on a part-time level, like a full-time level, then I feel like, you know, everything will be fine. Everything is going to be fine. I feel like, you know, it's a reason why I haven't started working with her just yet, why circumstances are preventing us. Even though I know, like, she's just trying to get stuff together. They're trying to get stuff together on their end. I know that it's literally just going to happen at the perfect time. So, again, I'm just continuing, you know, to manifest, continuing to speak, you know, as far as business, my t-shirt line, my lock t-shirt line, my YouTube channels, you know, whatnot, any other, just I'm realizing that it's been small things that's been showing me that I'm taking care of, the universe is taking care of me. Just always, again, that's something I manifested, that I always coming in, and literally I literally will get, I have been getting random order, but not random, but just orders from my orders from Poshmark. People have been buying stuff off my Poshmark here and there. It'll be linked below if you just want to see what's up there. I just have a whole lot of waist beads right now, but as well, if you see my moving video, I also gave already had clothes that I was already up there trying to sell, and then it was just more stuff that I added as well. So that I'm still what it is, and I continue to ask for guidance when it comes to, you know, Loch Ness Mantra. What is it about that that's not getting what it's supposed to get or whatever, whatnot? But I'm not giving up on that. I'm Loch Ness Mantra is so much more than me. Whew, that's my mom. That's my mom. That's my baby. I started my life journey, her business, all for her, all because I was doing all right. So I will for it, but basically before I give that up, I will exhaust all income before figure out, you know, what it is or what I need for my lactees to be what I want it to be, to start getting in those sales. So so no matter, you know, where you are, whatever you want, and stay consistent with it. You can, like I said, definitely watch The Secret if you haven't, and read the Four Agreements. Those are definitely some good places to start if you're just on a journey of wanting to, you know, fix your mindset. And then as well, because and really, y'all, we our mindsets are structured like this, and really it takes a lot of discipline, a lot of choice to really shift your mind from the way it is now to where you want it to be. So definitely start there. It's literally a daily, you know, thing. Not to say that, you know, I'm, so like I said, I'm not perfect in it, whatever, but stay on the track, y'all. It's coming. You can have whatever it is that you want. Stay on track. Continue to be positive. Continue to speak that positivity and believe it, because you can actually have it. If I can manifest what I want, you can manifest, what you want, plus more, plus more. And the universe will start showing you the small signs and small ways how things are working for you and things are working in your favor. Like I said, literally just random money coming in here or there or whatever or whatnot is what's keeping me from being, put out the door or whatever or whatnot, but literally for just from me, from having toilet paper to not having toilet paper, from, it's a big sacrifice. It's a definitely, I'd say, a big sacrifice for me, for my kids. And I know it drives them crazy, especially my daughter. Like, she's older or whatever or whatnot, and she's definitely used to and how we've lived and how our lifestyle has been. And I know she's definitely like, yeah, ma, like, what is you doing? Like, what is the, and I try to, talk to her and have talks about, like, whatever, but it's, I know it's just all coming. And like I said, I'm just going to keep on this path, going to keep on this journey, continuing to keep my mind where it's supposed to be. So definitely, y'all, just hope you can take something, from this video. Definitely get you a journal where you can just focus on your positive, the things you want, your manifestations, and believe and truly sit in that and know that whatever you want is yours. God has already said it. The universe is already yielding it to you. So I'm rambling on further and further. I think I got out what I needed to get out in this video. So definitely, if you have any, definitely questions, if you just want to send me some love, whatever, comment in a comment below. Like this, if you did, find something that, or got something from this video, or if it just touched you, give your girl a thumbs up. And yeah, and like I said, check out some more videos. Y'all, I'm gonna do, even though I'm getting out of the mindset of thinking like I don't have anything to offer, especially even in my vlogs, even if they're just 10 minutes long or whatever, whatnot. I'm definitely gonna get to being, giving more and getting out of the mindset that I don't have anything, to offer anyone with this channel. It's gonna get there, and yeah, so I'm still rambling. All right, guys. I'll see y'all later. Peace, and I'll see y'all in the next one.